According to a new survey commissioned by Hills Pet Nutrition, 8 in 10 Americans feel it's very important to have a disaster preparedness plan for their pet, but just 1 in 3 actually have one.
So we need to work to fill that gap, right? So joining us to discuss how pet owners can prepare for emergencies, Dr. Rebecca Trimble and Dr. Roberta Westbrook. Thank you both for joining us this morning. The two of you are going to tell us a little bit more about how we can come up with these disaster preparedness plans. And Dr. Trimble, will start our conversation with you. Why is it so important that we be doing this, especially ahead of when these natural disasters hit, rather than trying to do it in the middle
when they're happening.
of when it's all happening? Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. The bond between people and their pets is undeniable. And as you mentioned, we're often not thinking about emergencies and certainly not about how to handle our pets in those situations. Already this year, and even right now across the country, we're experiencing disasters and emergencies, underscoring the need to create these emergency plans that also include our pets. September is National Preparedness Month. Hills Pet Nutrition is teaming up with our longtime shelter partner, the Houston SPCA, to help shed light on this particular topic and help provide information and resources for our communities so we can create these emergency plans with our pets.
Yeah, something I never even thought about. But Dr. Westbrook, we try to have emergency kit supplies on hand for the family members, but our pets are a big part of our family. So what should we include?
That's a great question. So for your pet emergency kit, you want to have both essential items and comfort items. So the first essential item that I want you to include in your pet kit is food and water, at least a 3-day supply. That way your pet can stay hydrated and have proper nutrition as you're getting to a safe location. The second thing is getting with your family veterinarian to make sure that if your pet is currently on any medications, that you have at least a 2-week supply of that medication so that your pet does not have any interruption in their treatment. And then we want to make sure that when you're traveling, your pet can stay close to you and that you have safety procedures in place. That includes a basic safety harness and leash so that you can always have control of your pet. This might even include a travel carrier so that if your pet cannot walk next to you, you can carry them. And then we also want to make sure that in the event your pet has an unfortunate accident during traveling, that you can provide some basic first aid for your pet until you can get further help. And a first aid kit may include things like bandaging material, antibacterial cleaning solution, and cotton-tipped applicators. And then finally, for those comfort items, carry your pet's favorite toy, blanket, or their favorite treats that can help them be a little less stressed during this difficult time.
Yeah, and seconds count in an emergency. That's the same. It goes for humans and for our pets too. The quicker that we can get to them and help them, the better the outcome. So in addition to this emergency kit, anything else that you would recommend that pet parents need to do? Because again, we don't want to be thinking about this stuff right as a storm is hitting. You want to be prepared beforehand.
Another critical thing you can do is have your pet microchipped and keep that information up to date. So when the pet is scanned by a shelter or a veterinary hospital, we can get your current cell phone information, your address, etc. This can often be one of the critical steps to reunite you and your pet. Some recent data with Talker Research and Hills Pet Nutrition tells us that less than half of dogs and cats are microchipped. So a great reminder to leverage and use your local veterinarian. Many local shelters can provide this microchip service for a nominal fee and can make the difference to keeping your family together during an emergency.
Yeah, that's great information, Dr. Trimble. I also want to add that it might be helpful to carry a photo of your pet. That way, if you get separated, you can also use that photo to spread to people in the community and help you get reunited with your pet faster.
Another great idea.
Yeah.
And who doesn't have a ton of pictures of their pet already?
And think of how many stories we've reported on that a pet has been microchipped and maybe they've been gone for months, even years, and we finally see them reunited. So that's very important. And before we let the two of you go, anywhere that we can find out more about this partnership between the two of you and more resources to help us maybe put together that emergency kit or things that we might need?
Absolutely. You can find more information at hillspet.com/prepareyourpet. And you can also find more information about the Hills Disaster Relief Network that has worked over the last decade to provide nearly 4 million pounds of food to organizations like the Houston SPCA that are working to help families during times of need.
Well, a great conversation for all of us pet owners.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Trimble and Dr. Westbrook.